Hey guys, Rich from over the Fender Garage. Got the quarter panel on. Everything looks good on it. It's all starting to come together pretty good. Get this bed finished up next here. For one of the things we got to finish up. But the quarter panel looks good. All the sheet metal work is basically done. Got a little bit here and there to do. But next thing we're going to tackle is I'm going to close off the vent on the cowl there. Get rid of that. And get ready to start cleaning it up. Getting really close to being done. So I need to get that cross member out of there too for the engine to be set in there. So I got to remove that. A couple other little things here and there. But we're going to get that cowl done, and there's a little bit of patching to do on the hood. Get those parts finished up, and then the gas cap's left, and basically the body will be done. Time to get on to making everything else look good. Get all the grinding done, pieces finished fitting up. Let's jump on that and get that done. Got it all cleaned up now. Stick it in this hole here. All right, it's like that. I take it and bolt it all down. That way it won't twist on me. It has no way to. I won't have bolt holes here. These are the two I'm going to use. I'll disregard the outer two, but I want to keep the center two so it doesn't flap around. I don't know. We'll see once I get it made. I might not even have to put them in there. We'll see. Once I get it all bolted down, I'll put a couple of tack welds right here to hold it so it can't twist. Put the bolts in the front here, and then I'll make this center section first, and then I'll do that piece, and then I'll do this piece. So this one, because it's got that curve over here, where it's flat here, so I can work it better on the truck. We'll get this one done first here. Get it all bolted in, ready to go. I'm going to clean a little more paint off this one. It's all bolted in here tight, and this spot will have to have the two bolts at least up on top, because you can see it flexes. So I'll just put this one in and this one in. Put two stainless steel screws in there. That'll fix that. So I'll push this down. Put a little spot weld on that, hold it while I'm working on it. We'll do these. All right, on this piece, ready to go here in the center. I'm going to do here, I'm going to kind of give myself a relief cut around here so I can slide this up into this area. So I can screw it on there. I've got a place to cut on. These are kind of the hardest thing to do right here. But just kind of make space for it to get up in there. It helps out a lot. Get that out of the way. But, see, I could take this out of here and make it a little easier, but I'd rather have everything there as I'm working it, so I don't make a mistake on it. But either way, it'll work. I'll just make this cut here, bend this out a little bit, so when I use the cutting wheel to clean it up, I've got the scrap there to cut around. I've got my filler pieces made here. Everything's screwed in. It's ready to go. Now I'll just do the cut, push it down and weld it in as I'm doing along it. And these I will stop. I will do these off the truck so I can cut the rest of it out, because I won't be able to get it out of there. So I'll go probably up to about there, jump over here and do all that. And then take it off and pull the grid out from underneath it and finish these ones out. So take this off, clean it up, get ready to weld in. There it is, all cleaned up. I got most of the grid cut out of there I can get cut out. The rest of the grid I'll cut out when I finish these out. Now I can start cutting it and setting it, get that all welded in there, and that'll be done. I'll have to do something with this though. There'll be a gap here. Put something in there, seal it up somehow. But it's so little it's not gonna really matter. Well, get this part welded up. It is all tacked in now. I didn't do this, I went around it. Don't want to try to cut that out on the truck. So went all the way across. Same with that one. I'll stop about this tack right here. And I'll stop probably about right here, right around that tack somewhere. But I'll get all the rest of it welded in. It's nice, it's controllable on here. Hopefully it won't warp. Come a little closer on this one and this one. And we'll get all these welded in there. And then take it off, flip it over, cut that out, and get those windshield wiper buckets welded in. This is the best way to do this without it getting all squirrely. It is all welded on there except for the wiper bumps. Now, hopefully, it didn't warp at all. Tried to keep the heat out of it as much as possible. But you never know on this stuff. When you can't control it all the time. Sometimes it likes to go crazy. But this has got a lot of support on it, so I don't think it would have. I've done this on early Mustangs before, and oh my God, do those things get squirrely because there's no support on the back side. It's literally just a piece of metal hanging out there. So it makes it really hard. But it's time to cut this off here, cut those 3 welds, and set it free. Take it over to the table and finish the back side there, and the cowl panel will be done. All right, here we go. Set it free. I don't have gears. Boom. Well, that's a good sign. Didn't pop up too bad. So we put the bolt holes, screw holes. Should stay in the right spot. It's actually really stiff. I might not have to put any bolt holes there. All right. Let's do this. That's good. All right. It's got a little bit of spring this way. You see it's popped up. It's popped up there. But that's all right. Can handle that kind of spring, because it just pulled itself back down. Now, if it was all like that, that'd be bad. There it is. This piece. And it welded itself back on with some pliers. I welded the screw hole shut and it welded the piece back on. So, all right, well, I don't want to go mess with that too much because I don't want to bend these at all. So, let's finish out the wiper slots here and then finish cleaning it up. Well, nothing really hidden. Just dents. I think somebody got mad at her a few times. Hood stuck shut or something, or it's alright. We'll get the dent puller and we'll weld some stems on here and pull those dents out of there. next part here, for the most part, we got all the dents out of the front of the hood. It's hard to get in there because it's backed. There's no way to really get in there. So we got them out pretty good. But the next little thing I've got to attack is this little piece here. You replace that piece of metal and then replace this piece of metal. I'll do this top piece first and then I'll do this front piece because there's no way I'll be able to bend, cut, and make a piece for this, and then I'll cut this piece out and make that piece. I'm gonna do the same thing here. So I went poking at some of the rust, little rust spots, you see them, and of course they're all weak. So I got to replace that one, replace that piece, replace this piece. Just that's bad on the front, but I'll have a better look at it on the inside when I get those pieces cut out. But that's what I'm going to do there, is fix those next and get that done. And for the most part, the metal work will be done. All I got to do is go grind it, touch up any welding that's not finished. Metal work's just about complete. Starting to look good again. Then the next thing will be is get the engine. So get the engine set in there and mocked up. Do the rear suspension whenever that gets here. This being a leaf spring truck, it's a little more difficult to find suspension stuff for it. I never knew leaf springs were so rare in these trucks until you have one and you can't find anything for them. So I guess less than 1 or 2% of these trucks had leaf springs. So I'll have to buy something and have to modify it to get it to fit. So we'll get the metal work done though. We'll figure that out, get that done, get the engine in it, and we'll get on to other stuff. All right, I have to fix this piece on the hood. This one's a little more difficult because it's got a bend in it. If I go across the front here, this is flat. But if I go on the bottom here, it's got an arc that goes down right here. And on the front side, it's got a bump this way. So I have no way of making something like that. So I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece here, little filler I got made, and I'm just going to tack weld it at both ends on top of the hole, and I'm going to do a few tacks on the back side, and I'm just going to use my grinder and I'm grind this down until I get into that arc. It'll be the same thing on the front side, grind it to get that arc in there. And that'll give me my piece that I need to go on there. And I could take it off and I can grind this back a little bit to get this to sit down inside of it. Because otherwise I have no way of making a piece like that. It'd be really, really hard to cut it with tin snips. Wouldn't work very good. And all I've got is a straight line cutter. It'll cut a straight line in a piece of sheet metal, but it won't give me an arc of any kind. So just tack weld it on there, use the sander and sand it down until I got the arc on both sides that I need. it is. Got it all ground down to the same height as the inside of the hood. So now I'll take and I'll grind this back a little bit so I can get this piece to fit down inside of it. Right here and right here. We'll push that piece down inside and then we'll flip it over and do this side of it. That way it's all set. And we can fix the bed on the front. Then we'll go ahead and we'll cut this one out and get this one set in. And we'll cut this one out and get this one set in. And then flip the hood over and finish all three of them at the same time. So we'll have to flip this hood over a bunch of times. There it is, all fixed. Got a couple of pinholes I gotta go after. But for the most part, it is done. Looks good, no more rust on it. All fixed up.